Okay, this is Bakari for Mac Photography Tips, and this particular video is not going to be about photography. It's going to be about e-readers for the iPhone. I happen to read a lot, so I have started, downloading books from Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble to read on my iPhone. I don't want to put out the money for the Kindle itself. It's about $300 now, and which is not a bad price, but I kind of want to wait to see what else better comes out with that. So I use the Kindle for the iPhone and the Barnes & Noble e-reader, but out of the two, I like the Barnes & Noble better, though I don't prefer the Barnes & Noble service. And so I thought I'd get this video explain a little bit about why I think the Barnes & Noble e-reader is better. And it's not, it's not a major difference, but it is significant. First off, you can, when you open them up, you can definitely, you can download, of course, e-books directly to both applications, so that if you have an account with Amazon or Barnes & Noble, you download your books. And the cool thing about it is that you can download the first few chapters of a book as a sample and read it before you have to purchase. So that really makes it nice to know, what the book is about, or to get more than just the cover view of the book. You get an idea what the book is about before you have to purchase. In the Barnes & Noble, you also get a nice little kind of icon here to indicate if you've read some of the book or all of the book or all of the sample, in this case. You also you can shop online. Both e-readers take you to Safari in order to open up their e-reading or e-book pages, so that you can't really view or browse books within the applications themselves. So that's a little bit of a drawback. But anyway, you click on, the first thing you do is click on a book, and it'll open up to the pages. And for the Barnes & Noble e-reader, you can navigate the pages either by, you can navigate it by clicking here, go to the next page, or clicking at the top to go back. Or you can set up a preference to go right to left, either way. So I prefer doing it this way because it's just easy to take my thumb and go to the next page, just like here. Okay. With the Kindle for the iPhone, you only have it to go right or left, so there's no clicking at the top or the bottom. The second thing, this is the biggest difference between the two applications for me, is that you can highlight text in the Barnes & Noble e-reader. In the Kindle for the iPhone, all that you can do is bookmark a page, and it will take you back to all your bookmarks, but that's about it. You really don't have any way of making notes or doing highlighting. But in the Barnes & Noble e-reader, all you got to do is take your finger and press down on the part that you want to highlight, and you have it highlighted in the color that you want. And then after you do that, when you finish the book, or you want to go back to the parts that you highlighted, all you have to do is run your finger across, bring up the menu, and select here, and then go to Notes and Highlight. I'm not sure if you can see that. The Notes and Highlight, click on that, and it will bring up the text that you highlighted. All right, and it'll take you right back to that page where you highlighted. The same thing you also can do is click this little arrow here, just on the arrow, not the whole thing itself. Whoops, let's try it again. A little tricky, but you have to kind of get used to it. Okay, so you press on that, and it will bring up the highlighted text. And at this point, you can add some notes as well. So that is something that you just do not get in the Kindle for the iPhone. To me, that's a big difference, particularly if you're a nonfiction reader like myself, and you kind of like to make notes or highlight stuff as you read. This is okay if you're just reading the novel and you're not doing that, then that's okay not to have that. But if you wanted to find a way to highlight and make notes, this is the way to go. Let's go back and close this out. In the Barnes & Noble e-reader, you also have just a lot more preferences than you do in the Kindle. The Kindle just only has a few preferences, a few changes you can make, if that. And here you can change the font size, line spacing, the margins. You can also set the orientation. You can set the orientation in the Kindle, but you have to push a little lock button at the bottom of the page, and that little button comes unlocked sometimes. Here you can just set it up for how you mostly read. I mostly read in the portrait mode, so I just leave it there. You can also go down to where it says when selecting text, it gives you some options. You can select to have it, highlight, or you can select say a word to look up in the dictionary, or to look up something in Google, or look up in Wikipedia, or you can do an option where a little pop-up window asks you what you want to do. So it asks you out of these things what you want to do. That to me is a little bit cumbersome to do, so I can leave it at highlight, because that's what I mostly do when I'm selecting text. So those are the big differences between the two. I think that the Amazon service is better because they've been able to do it a lot longer, and the Amazon ebooks are a little bit cheaper. I think they're about $1 cheaper than the Barnes & Noble ebooks. The Barnes & Noble ebooks, there's also a lot of, I think, copy-free ebooks there available as well. But other than that, I find that this e-reader is a lot better than the Amazon, and I think Amazon needs to really upgrade their e-reader if they wanted to compete with the e-reader for Barnes & Nobles.